Welcome to our channel. I'm Bill.
I'm Melanie.
And we are starting a new adventure in our lives. Yesterday I finished up my career as law enforcement, similar to when I finished my career in the military back in 2011.
It was a very emotional day. We will probably add the video of his sign off on here. We had his retirement party Saturday, and he was completely surprised. We had a lot of family come in, a lot of friends, a lot of his team from work, and it was a really special day as well.
It was. She surprised me. I don't like large gatherings that are about me. I like doing things for other people. So a little bit about our channel. So our channel is going to be a mix of things. We're going to be doing some of our silly challenges that we do that some of you have seen on our Facebook post, yes. Whether it's a spicy challenge or
we still have I'm really scared. We still have the world's hottest cheese balls to do.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing the mysterious drink challenge pretty soon.
Yes. Aria wants to join us on that one,
yes.
So that'll be the three of us.
We will be taking you along with us on our adventures in Alaska as we develop the property in Alaska for all of our veterans and law enforcement families, and some of the things that we get to see in Alaska and do in Alaska.
Also, part of that property, we're going to add a few cabins for fishing seasons so that they can be rented out, and with the monies that are generated on those, it will help us sustain the property
for the disabled veterans that we right. hope that can come up and join us up there and see the great state and do something like that. We'll also have some story time for, obviously we have grandkids and we don't get to see them a whole lot because we're states away, but we'll probably just have a couple of bedtime stories we read that's for them and or your kids. We want to make it a family thing, and that'll be a Papa and Grammy video.
Or a Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus may make an appearance.
Yeah, that's a true story. We have been known to show up as Mr. and Mrs. Claus at times.
Yep. You have the sawmill up there.
Yeah, we've got the sawmill to mill our own lumber to build the cabins in Alaska.
Maybe back up a little bit. We have a lot of thank yous out there to give. When we first had the property and we needed to put a road in and we needed to build our first cabin, we had a lot of friends and family come up. Brother Michael, cousin Tim, Mom and Dad Reed, we had Paul, we had Scuba Steve, Cy came up.
Cy.
Who else was up there? Am I missing anyone? Sebastian. He came up.
And then all the support we've received in this endeavor from our friends such as Lois and Mike, Don, Gordy, Tim Cowan, Pete,
Kyle for shipping our first wood stove up free of charge. It went into the log cabin that Gus gave us. Gus is the owner of Captain Cook Construction, and he is a road genius, and he helped us put the road to the cabin in. As well as he had this old log cabin, an old trapper cabin on his property, and he had been trying to give it away, and he finally mentioned it to me, and he asked if I wanted it, and I said, well, of course. And so 2 years ago,
yeah, it's 2.5 years ago,
Bill single-handedly, bat guano and all, dismantled this cabin. It is how big is it?
12 by 20.
Yes. And so, other than Gus using the Bobcat to take
the
eaves off, he took it apart himself. And
actually, the gable ends, not the
gables. Eaves. Okay. And it is now put together on our property. We had to do a new roof and
a new floor.
And the new floor and added insulation.
To the roof and the floor.
Yeah. And it just looks amazing, and that's where the stove went. Who else is? We've had quite a few donations.
Well, we have our 2 Air Force veterans that come and help us every year, Rick and Dan. They come and help us with little things on the project, and it's very grateful and very much appreciated to them. So just the support we've received thus far has been overwhelming. So that's a little bit about the channel, a little bit about some of the things we'll get to see. Hopefully you'll have to bear with us because we're new at this video stuff and new at the editing. I know I've posted a few things that I've tried to do just to learn the editing stuff on the Facebook page. There's a few, the Peacemakers Alaskan Retreat Facebook page. There's a few videos that we've done. So
you might even see a couple things around here because he has said that he is going to build me another greenhouse. I'm quite the collector of old windows, and Jeff.
Thanks to our friend Jeff, who does windows, collects these old windows and drops them off at our house. So we have quite the collection which will go into the greenhouse that we're going to build here.
Because you had made an amazing one at the last house. It was beautiful using some of the old windows, and we sold that house after only living in it a year and moved to this property that we're at now because it enabled us. It enabled you to be able to retire.
Yes.
Which is well deserved.
So with that said, here is a few clips of some of the things we've talked about. Maybe some still photos added here and there. And we look forward to seeing you on the next video. Like I said, once we get better at this thing, we will start putting them out more frequently. But right now, this is our first video. God bless to you all, and thank you very much for the support.
Thank you.
He's handcuffed. I hear my dad. I hear whispers. Alright, this is enough.
I got one. Nope.
You did teach it.
Ready? Huh?
I guess.
Do you know where you're at?
No. Probably in the sheriff's office.
Donuts in the parking lot.
Surprise! I didn't
I know what you're saying.
How hard is that, Dad? Oh, man.
Good to see you. I know, right? Man,
Sorry.
Don't do anything more.
First off, I just want to thank everybody for coming. I think we pulled it off. I think he was absolutely surprised. He just expected a small get-together at Mom and Dad's. I want to thank everybody that helped me today and put up with my stress and my demands, and I don't like it that way, and please do it this way. I just wanted it to be special, and you guys all helped me do that.
So, oh, I forgot my little card over there. Let me grab that little card for a minute. On that table right there. The ones that you all filled out. So sometimes, in the middle of the night, or that's just going to sound even worse in a second. I get these texts and they say, "I love you, Bill." So, I filled out the little card. It says, "Here, retirement." You're supposed to write always something. I says, "Always love you. Never forget you. Remember you always. Enjoy retirement. Visit Alaska." Flowers in the mornings that sound a bit weird too, but I'm gonna miss you, man. So a while back, Bill, we talked and there was an issue when I was out at state. Bill handled the issue and my wife, I said, "Yeah, she's home alone for you." Bill shows up at my wife at my house with my wife in the morning at 8 o'clock in the morning with flowers, and she saw 2 patrol cars. Thought something was wrong. She throws the door open and she says, "There's Bill Reed with flowers, and I'm in my cheetah pajamas." So anyway, these are for Bill's wife. Everybody has to put it with Bill, but nobody like you have, so I just wanted to If you haven't been to Bill's place in Alaska, I got a chance to visit up there, and boy, I'll tell you, if you ever go, take your stuff because you're not going to want to come home. It's one of the most beautiful places in the world. Bill, I wanted to give you this because in Alaska, down here we call it a coffee mug, but in Alaska they call that an Alaskan shot glass. So I wanted you to have that, and I've got a card for you. And the other thing I wanted to give you, there was only a few of these made, so this is the sheriff's coin. There's other ones that are out there, but there was just a very few of these made. And I wanted to give this to Bill because a number of years ago, and some of you weren't here for, in the early years, we went through a really tumultuous time, to say the least. And there were some personalities in our office that had very little integrity that created some issues among our staff. Bill was one of those guys that during that time, it was a rough time for us. And I would tell you that after that, I think Bill and I came out much better friends and realized that the level of integrity having integrity will always win. And Bill, so this is from me to you. I'll give you this. Come up here, you can have that silent drop it.
Thanks, buddy. Stay here for a second. That's the look.
Bye. Stay here for a second, Bill. Come on up here between us. So I'll read this, and I wanted to add the undersheriff, and if you don't know, the new sheriff of Mason County, Ryan Sperling. Congratulations, Ryan. On behalf of all of the Mason County Sheriff's Office, and behind this plaque is all the citizens of Mason County. Bill, the Mason County Sheriff's Office thanks you for 23 years in recognition of distinguished and devoted service. Presented to you Sergeant William Reed in commemoration of your more than 23 years of service with the Sheriff's Office and appreciation for serving from September 23rd, 1998 to May 31st, 2022. On behalf of myself and former Sheriff Steve Weibart, thank you so much.
I wanted to say a few things about Bill because before I came to the sheriff's office, I was with the state patrol, and it was January 27, 2003. We were activated for Iraqi freedom, and I was acting battalion command sergeant major, and Bill was one of my team leaders. He ran the team of MPs, and we evaluated all the National Guard and Reserve units from 14 different states to see if they were combat ready before they went into theater, regardless of what theater of war that they went into. And as an acting command sergeant major, I commuted with Bill from Shelton and another gentleman who's no longer with us, Charles, why am I not thinking of his last name? Clausen, there you go, Charles Clausen. Wonderful man. The three of us commuted back and forth to Fort Lewis. We were supposed to be sent to over into Kuwait to run it at first, but they decided to keep us at Fort Lewis. I had the opportunity to see Bill in a military capacity before I did in a law enforcement capacity. And let me tell you, remember the first time I saw him run an AAR, it was on Mount Hood with the 41st Brigade, and it was still snowing out, and I thought, who is this guy who really commands the room? He's a bit of a clown, but he's really good. And I was super excited to have him on my team, and we went through that active duty time together and commuted back and forth. And let me tell you, it's interesting to have somebody in your car every day telling you how to do your job. On the way to work, he'd be like, hey, this is screwed up. You need to fix this. And it was great. And then I had the opportunity to come to the sheriff's office, and we had the opportunity to work together. Thank you for your military service. Thank you for your service in law enforcement. And most people, I've retired from the military, so has Bill. I've retired from State Patrol. Bill's now retiring. I've seen it happen many times. Most people they get across the finish line kind of walking. Bill has sprinted across the finish line, doing the best that he absolutely can do for his people, training, mentoring, coaching, helping them to become better, helping them to be the next generation of leaders. He has never stopped going, and like I said, he's hitting that tape at a full sprint, and I want to thank you for that, brother, and thank you for your service.
Yeah, so I wasn't going to say anything, but I'm in this weird, awkward situation where my chief who works for me is going to be my sheriff here in a few months, and so I guess I will say something. Bill and I have been working together for how long, Bill? Yeah, so 25 plus years Bill and I have been working together. Bill and I were on the SWAT team together for many years. He was critical for us on the SWAT team. Somebody who was not military like me did not have, and we always worked close together. One of the things I've been really happy to see since I left patrol and left working on the patrol is that Bill hasn't changed much. Even back in the day, so we've got a lot of sayings in law enforcement. One of the things that we all know in law enforcement, we have these calls that are called goat ropes. So a goat rope is a call that is just terribly nasty. Everything is going wrong, tons of paperwork. But we had this special call. We had a special call that was called a reed rope. Namesake right here. So a reed rope was more like you're sitting in the office and you hear Bill calling for helicopters and air support and mutual support from somewhere else, and you really perch your ears as a supervisor and you want to know what's going on, and somebody will tell you, oh yeah, there's a barking dog out in that corner. Reed is pulling in the resources. So I am happy to hear that even in the years that I have left since I left patrol, the reed rope is still going strong out there. And Ryan kind of stole my thunder. I also wanted to commend Bill for really showing people in their last years how to. Steve and I collaborated last week at our leadership meeting, and we really wanted to commemorate the reed rope and. So if you can hold that up there. Read what that says. Go ahead, read that.
Says, in recognition of Sergeant William Reed, 9/23/98 to 5/31/2022, for creating and regularly using the most unique tool in law enforcement, reed rope.
So anyway, I just wanted to echo what Ryan had to say. He has been a great mentor for his people. He is a great mentor for those who are coming up. But I would say that he has been a great mentor for people who are at the end of their career and really has modeled what it looks like to leave a career. Always got a smile on his face, always going out there and working hard, and he's really showing people what it looks like to sprint across the finish line and go out on a good foot. And we're happy for you, and we're sad to see you.
You won't put it back in the mic. He's
So
gonna
the boss
talk.
said I had to talk. It's been my privilege and honor to work with all of you, to get to know all of you, and to be friends with all of you. I could not ask for a better life, a better wife, and a better family, because you're all family. I started my passion for what I did back in the military, not when I was on active duty, but with my best friend. Now I'm pulling a Casey. For those of you who don't know, Sarah's Langtap was my counterpart in the Army Reserves. She was a significant role model for me starting out that career and continuing on. All I want is for you guys to always know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Focus on it, move forward. You do make a difference, each and every one of you. God has a plan for us all. Just keep your eyes open, your head high, and move forward. I love you all. And as Mike Weston, my counterpart today, says, embrace love. You ready?
Yeah.
Ready, one second. Put 100.
All units code 100 for 1 Sam 2, 30% count.
Are you in East, Bill?
I'm very humbled to have had the privilege these many years to have worked with the best emergency services and first responders in our county. I'm also very grateful to the citizens of Mason County to have allowed me the privilege to serve them. The friendships developed in our brother and sisterhood will last a lifetime. Thank you. God bless you all. Remember, you do make a difference. I am now assigning out of service for the last time.
One Sam 2, aka Pop Pop. We want to thank you for your 23 years of service to the citizens of Mason County, during which time you have made uncountable contribution of self-sacrifice to the people, fire service, and law enforcement members in Mason County. From starting the dive team to the block watch program, SWAT, field training program, mentoring, and supervision, you have truly made a positive and lasting impact on our community and team. Although your presence will be missed, we wish you the best of luck in all of your future adventures and continued service to helping those in need. Break. One Sam 2, it is now time to go be with your wife and family. After all, being retired means you work for your wife now. You're expected to be at all holidays and birthdays and never be late to dinner again. They love you and are so proud of you. One Sam 2, you're out of service and retired. 1701.
Clearly put 100.
Way to go.